Welcome, Ekaterina, and thank you very much for this delightful program.
Thank you.
It's been absolutely fantastic and moving, to say the least.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for the invitation.
And did you somehow, I know more or less for this, during this Corona time, it's been very difficult because there's been not much of an interaction between you as a player and a pianist and the audience. And of course, this is a very different setting. But it was interesting that you remarked after the concert, particularly, that somehow you felt equally moved.
Exactly.
Performing
Yes.
here.
It was such a nice feeling, you know. Yes, I missed it so much, this feeling of being on the stage again after this long intermission of, I don't know, I played last time in October last year. I'm lucky, actually. I played in October last year. But
true.
now 4 months, and now I can play again. And it was really like in a concert hall, you know. Also without audience, I had a feeling as if it is a concert now. So, and I'm satisfied, you know. I could express myself, you know.
I mean, this is what you normally would do, no?
Yes.
On a performance, on a concert hall, in a dialogue with the audience and with yourself. And that's for most artists actually the most missing part for the moment, or for the last months, or more than a year now, that you can do that. And we are still very, very thankful that we have you here. And you had a particular very courageous program, and who may missed it, you have the chance to find the video with the link underneath, or we will also send you the link in the end of this recording. So thanks very much for this courageous, wonderful program, especially for Debussy. I'm a big fan of Debussy.
Thank you.
So this is wonderful to hear. And do you have any particular reason for this selection of pieces you've chosen?
Actually, yes. You know, each piece plays a special role in my life, and each piece means for me something special. And I thought, yes, for this recording, I will put all these pieces that are so meaningful for me, and yes, and in which I can express myself, you know, in the best way. And yeah, for example, Momo Muzikov, Rachmaninov, that was my first piece, serious piece I played in a music school.
Ah, okay.
Yes, Schubert, 3 pieces of Schubert are also special because each time when I play them, I immerse, you know, this intimate world, and I really enjoy every time when I play them. And also the last piece, Scherzo, yes, also means for me a lot because I played it so many times in the competition, and it was all the time, you know, my best moment, you know. Yes, and that's why I decided to put it at the end of the program. And for me, it was also important for this recording, on the one hand, when you play the program for the audience, you have the reaction of the public, and you know, they are in the hall, and you can change this energy between yourself and the public more than if you are playing for the recording, and you have to give your best, you know, and play the best pieces that are really special for you, and where you can show yourself in really best way.
Yes.
But I'm surprised you chose quite difficult pieces to play. I mean, all of them are really quite a challenge.
You mean from the technical
also,
side?
I mean, it's wonderful music, of course. That speaks for itself. But it's incredible. What a challenge! I mean,
Really?
yeah, all of them. I mean, maybe for
Because-
you it's
Yeah,
quite
for
normal.
me it's not like that. I never thought
Okay.
about
Great.
if
Really?
they are difficult technically
Yeah,
or not.
yeah.
For me, they're not difficult at all. For me, it's more difficult to play Sonata of Beethoven, for example.
Really?
Yes, less notes, more difficulty actually. Yeah, but yeah, so it's not so important that they are difficult technically, you know.
But I was also surprised when you played Rachmaninoff, for instance. I mean, you're Russian, and
Yes.
you can feel you're quite somehow at home with this
Of course.
composer.
Well connected, no?
Yeah.
So you can really hear that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting to see. If somebody misses what I'm talking about, you have to see the concert, of course.
Yes.
But interestingly, you mentioned earlier when we were speaking that somehow you were very, very happy to be playing Rachmaninoff here for us
Yes.
because you feel quite connected.
Of course. Yes,
this-
maybe it sounds very, banal, but this music is in my blood, really, from my childhood. I listened to Rachmaninoff. I played a lot of, I recorded also 2 CDs with solo works of Rachmaninoff. So, yes, it's one of my favorite composers, maybe really the favorite one. The most favorite one. I don't know, but every time when I play Rachmaninoff, I'm so happy, really.
CD production is a very good keyword. So I have a very special question to you.
Yes.
So I know you are married, you have a child. Normally you teach more or less full time. You perform normally regularly, and you produce quite a lot of CDs. How do you manage that all together? This is incredible. I mean, is there any time left for yourself sometimes at least? I mean, it's a lot of practicing, cooking and whatever.
It's a question of, how to divide all these things, My family, they support me a lot. My husband, he helps me a lot with the child. When I have concerts, he is with my daughter. Then the most important thing for me is to practice every day. It's must have, every day I have to
Very
practice.
disciplined.
Yes, discipline, good. And then if I have time, I teach also, but not, twice a week. So it's not so, not so many hours. And producing CDs, also good question. I'm a lucky one, really.
Really.
I have already 6 CDs actually. 5 of them for the German label Profil, and the latest one is for the Holland label Piano Classics.
We are talking about this just 3 days old, very virgin new recording of Ekaterina Litvintseva. You have to put it on your website. By the way, it's a very nice website.
Thank you very
You have to go to ekaterinalitvintseva.com. There you will find not only nice pictures, a lot of course, content about where she comes from and what was the career so far, and of course also the recordings of her. This is a very unknown composer. It's a woman.
Yes.
So what can you tell about that?
Croatian composer. Last year it was a concert in Berlin, and I had to play there in summer, but the concert was cancelled because of we know because of COVID situation. But I had to play there the works of Dora Pijacevic. In the first half of the concert, in the second one, Rachmaninoff, because they lived in the same time. Yes, and it was a concert series forgotten female composers. And the concert, I didn't play this concert, but the idea to record these pieces, I really fell in love with this music. And then with the support of my manager, Rob Kroon, and with support of the label Piano Classics, they supported this idea to record this music, and also with the support of the scholarship from the German government, auf Gates, I could record this music. And yes, it worth to listen to it because it's very, very beautiful, and it's contains different styles from romantic till modern, and yes, really unusual music, fresh, and yes, I hope you will enjoy it if you will listen to it.
We will
I'm-
definitely.
yeah.
I'm sure of that. Of
I'm
course.
looking forward to
Yeah.
that because honestly, I must confess I'm not familiar with this composer.
Yes, she died actually at the age of 38.
Okay,
Yes,
young.
Quite young.
Yes, quite young. So that's why maybe it's also the reason why she's not so famous.
Yeah.
But she left a
Wonderful
few
music.
things, yes, also for the chamber music and for piano with orchestra. So let's see, maybe I will record something more.
We're
Who
looking
knows?
forward to that.
Yeah.
Lovely. Talking about what you being, of course, a teacher on one side of piano, and you were also formerly a student.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any interesting experiences, maybe as a student, and then, of course, maybe when you were a teacher and now having a student?
You know, I'm teaching now really young children at the age of 5 and 6. So I don't have adults, you know, really students. So I don't know. I don't have so much experience in teaching people. So after 6 years old, really.
Yes,
So
but that's okay.
yes, but it's quite interesting because children in this age, they are very open.
Luckily.
Yes, and very naive.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes,
yes.
very naive.
That's
and
their job.
yes, but very important thing is I'm the first teacher of these children, and it's very important to bring, love,
Yes.
and also for me it's important not to learn how to play the piano, but to get them interested in
In music.
Yes. I'm not sure if they will play piano or not, but that they will love it and they will be good listeners of classical music. That's important, you know.
Bringing
I
up-
remember my first teacher, for example, he couldn't play piano well, at least, absolutely.
Okay.
But he could give me, this feeling that music is so important, that music is something special. And that was the most important thing. Not that I played very good, but that I knew that I want to play music, and I have, a respect to the music, classical music. And I'm now, in my days, I'm trying also, yes, to support my young students, yes, and to give them this feeling that the music is something special, and yes, to bring love.
When
That-
you listen to music, what you call yourself a conservative music listener? Like, do you listen to CDs? Do you buy CDs, or are you listening to Spotify, or what way?
I have a really huge CD collection at home, so I'm trying to put it every day. The new CD, and just to let it play in the background when we play with my daughter. So. And I noticed in the last days that my daughter started to recognize the music. It's Tchaikovsky, for example. I was so surprised.
Really?
So even in the background,
Yeah.
she could listen to it. She listened to it and she remembered it also. So I thought, yes, it was.
But she is lucky. I mean, you give her the surrounding or the base for that.
Yes, it's
I think we have, especially also in Germany, quite a lacking of bringing up children in a manner that they would be used to listen to classical music. For a lot of parents, I think this is like the unspoken monster in the room. So like, classical music is too serious, and they don't know how to deal with that. Actually, I'm surprised because it's not at all. I mean, one pianist said once, what did she say? you don't need to be educated to listen to classical music, but listen to classical music, you get educated. And this is a nice, that was a very nice statement.
Yeah.
And I think we have a lot of work to do, especially to also in responsible ability to our kids, to bring them up in a healthy environment with also classical music, not just shuffle with Spotify from one pop song to the next pop song to the next pop song.
Yes.
It's a very different way to listen to music.
Yeah, so the most important thing is to bring this the thought to the to the children that they will respect music, classical
Yes.
music. Maybe they will not play the instrument. It's not so important.
No.
But to be, able to come to the concert hall, to listen to music and to understand, and to respect, to admire it. That's important.
Yes, it's true. I don't think everybody needs to be the player, because you need also some people in the audience.
To listen
Of
to.
course, exactly. That's a point. Yes,
True?
yes,
Sure.
exactly.
Yes, but the love for music, and I think it's interesting, because when you make music, I think that's also another pianist or another musician said, when you make music, you cannot fight. It's not possible to fight. So if you want to spread the message of love, because there's so much division that's happening in society, maybe
Play
it's
music.
much more important to concentrate on making music,
Yeah, of course.
and then you have more positive and better energy among human beings. That's one possibility. But having said or talked about positive energy, what would you say would be an interesting message? Because it's now almost a year that all of us have been experiencing an unusual situation with Corona. From your point of view, do you have a special message for upcoming musicians or those aspiring to be musicians that you would like to give them, to say, yes, this is a difficult period,
Yes.
but there is still a way that we all have to come through in a manner? Do you have anything
it's
for
really
them?
difficult period also for me. Sometimes I also get depressed of the situation, because you are frustrated. You don't know which repertoire you have to prepare,
Correct.
which concert for tomorrow, maybe in 1 month. You don't. Yes, everything is so. Yes, unclear. But you don't have to lose. You don't have to lose a feeling that someday it will come, that people are missing it a lot, listeners, and you have to keep practicing. It's really important. I know that it's hard, but you have to make it for yourself, not to live, how to say it, you have to believe in yourself, that's the most important thing. I know it's hard, but it will come. Someday it will come, and you have to be prepared for it.
But luckily, we are not the only music lovers here, so otherwise this whole project wouldn't be running. So we have to thank also, besides Marcus Music in Germany and Rehbock Pianos in Düsseldorf, our co-partners like Yamaha Music Europe, and not to forget, a little extra as a thank you gesture. It's I have to see, it's upside down. No, it's not upside down.
Wow.
It's a red and white wine from our co-partner Chateau to You. You will find also a link below this description. And I think you like wine, if I'm not mistaken, instead of flowers. I will hand it over you secretly
in the evening
here.
after the concert.
After the
example.
concert, that's okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much again for the invitation. It's really so
No,
important,
actually,
to have this possibility just to play and to say what you kept so long inside, and then, yes.
No, we love what you did, and we hope you find a lot of other music admirers like us for this wonderful program you gifted to us.
Let's hope.
Thanks a lot.
And we still wish you very many more such musical journeys and success.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes, let's hope.
Yeah. Before we come to the end of this interview, we have, hopefully it will be a kind of a routine. 3 questions we ask all our participants.
The 3 Qs.
Yeah, 3
Three
Qs.
Qs.
The one?
What is the last movie that you saw in a cinema?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember.
You don't remember? It's
I
too long
don't
ago.
remember.
But you go regularly to the cinema, on and off at least?
Actually not.
Not
So
really?
can
Really?
you imagine? I don't remember. the
That's
last-
what's okay. So you're not a
Really? It
movie
was
freak or
something,
a buff?
about geographical movie, so from National Geographic something in the
Oh.
cinema, but it was maybe 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Really? Okay. So do you watch then more Netflix or Prime or something, or DVD or
Nothing really.
nothing? You don't take the
I
time
read
for.
news. That's it. Really.
Okay. Okay. Then we changed the subject. What was or is your last book you have read?
Last book.
If you take time for this.
Russian one.
Okay.
Turgenev.
Hmm.
So
Is it a
some
shame
of them-
if I
some of
say I
his-
don't know this author at all?
Turgenev, yeah, famous one in Russian,
Okay.
in Russia.
Okay.
Turgenev, okay. I took this book from the house of my parents. Sometimes I claw books from them and bring them
So
to
some
Germany.
books are missing
and
already. Okay.
Yes, and I read them at home. Yeah, so I have my library, home library at home already,
Okay.
with Russian literature.
Is it a novel?
Some
writer?
novels, yes.
Okay.
Different, just so really big book. Turgenev.
To keep you
Yeah,
busy.
yes,
To fall
Turgenev.
asleep at night. No?
Yes, I read this book as I were in the school, but I don't remember at all, When you read such pieces in the school, it's like you have to read them and
Yeah.
then you forget completely.
I know what
And
you're
now
talking
I
about.
want to read it really carefully and to understand.
Okay.
So, Russian literature.
Nice. And what was the last fast food that you ordered?
Fast food, sushi.
Oh,
Not
That's coincidence.
sushi, not so
But this
long
is
ago.
not really
so sushi
fast
you
food.
can order.
but is
You're
it
sure?
fast
Is
food?
it fast food? Really?
It sounds a
I
bit
don't
healthy,
know.
actually.
Pizza also. Pizza is a fast food.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
fast food.
kind of.
Pizza, rarely, but sushi, I like sushi.
Interesting.
Yes, so sushi.
Now gets me hungry, actually.
Then come to the end. Thanks a lot once again, and we hope that we can catch a lot of listeners and viewers of the other videos we made. So if you want to join the bandwagon as well as a co-partner, then please contact us over info@marcusmusic.de, or you can also donate directly if you go to the link below and click, share, propagate it, speak about it, and enjoy the music. That's the most important. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.